Hey guys, so for my book, I chose Maizy Chen's Last Chance by Lisa Yi. This book has won a couple of different awards, from the Newbery Honor Award, the National Book Award finalist is won the Picture Book Award, as well as the Judy Lopez Memorial Award and the Junior Library Guild Gold Standard. The intended age range is from 8 to 12, so this will be from like 3rd all the way up to like 8th grade. The genre is middle grade realistic fiction. The setting takes place in a small town in Minnesota called Last Chance. It follows Maizy, who has to go spend the summer in Minnesota to take care of her oppa because he's sick. So when she's out there, she has a little bit of a difficult time kind of adapting to her new environment. It's a little bit tricky just because she's not close to her grandparents at all. She doesn't really have a relationship with them just because, you know, they were never around her that much. So since Maizy is spending her summer in Minnesota, she actually ends up working at her grandparents' restaurant called the Golden Palace. This is where she's kind of running the restaurant a little bit, and she starts discovering a little bit more about her family history. But she's still a little bit more curious. She still wants to know more since she doesn't really know her grandparents that well. So that's when her oppa started telling her stories about her great-great-grandfather, Lucky. Her oppa is her grandpa who is sick. That's why she's in Minnesota. And through those different stories that he's telling Maizy, she starts learning more about her family history that she didn't know already. So with that, I really like the format of the book because it'll go from like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 to Chinaman. And this is a story that her oppa is telling her. So it kind of goes from the present to the past, which I thought that was really cool. And I don't know, I haven't seen that a lot done in like chapter books. She does have a hard time fitting in this small town in Minnesota. She does go through some bullying of other girls. All right, so I'm just gonna read a couple lines of chapter 11, page 30. It says, are the other two girls talking about me? Do they know I can hear them, or is that the point? Probably think she's better than us, right? Riley, this is the other girl's perspectives. The pretty girl doesn't answer. One of the mean girls pull her eyelids back. The other is laughing. You're too funny, Caroline. My face feels like it's on fire. Why is it that they're the ones being mean and I'm the one who feels embarrassed? Even though I've only just started my Sunday, I get up and leave. Those lines really stand out just because it shows the struggles that Maizy is facing, adapting to her new environment, kind of questioning her identity in a way. As the story goes on, she's starting to learn and more about her family history, how her great-great-grandfather Lucky immigrated from China to America. So she learns all this new information. But as we get closer to the end, oppa tells Maizy, I'm betting on you to tell our stories, I hear him say. Then the door closes. That's a little cliffhanger. There's still some chapters left. I feel like we can connect the dots what's going to happen to oppa. This book doesn't really have a lot of illustration until you're at the end and we see like the author's note and kind of describing and, you know, her motive of writing this book. She includes like family pictures. She describes more of Lucky's story, how she wrote about like the barriers and violence and slurs that were used against the Chinese immigrants. And then something fun at the end was she included her Oma's cream cheese wonton recipe. And the recipe is in the back. I recommend this book just because it shines light on family culture, family history, identity. It does discuss some kind of complicated topics, but such a good read. Definitely recommend. And yeah, thanks for watching.